All right, so what are we going to talk about? All right, so in this video, I'll be sharing how to exactly use and strategize content so that you don't feel like you're creating something new. Instead, you're documenting it and it becomes much easier. So for me personally, recording videos and creating new videos, writing scripts down, shooting it and then editing it and then uploading it, that is a daunting process. I never have done that. I used to do it initially, but then I could not continue. The consistency was hampered because of that. That's not my style, and I'm sure that if you're in business, that's not your style. You are most interested in doing business activities instead of just doing influencer activities. And that is the reason documenting instead of creating, which Gary Vee always says, is much more important, and it has helped me personally as well. So the last 1 year, if you look at my channel, right, the way I use this to build my personal brand so far is mostly by just turning on the webcam, and then when I was doing the cold calls, I just recorded myself doing the cold calls, and whenever I booked a meeting, I uploaded that. So I was looking for clients, but I did not get clients, but I got community, right? So in some way or form, I did get benefit from it. Those community members who really connected and resonated with me, wanted to learn my skill of cold calling, they reached out to me, and I made money that way as well, by building communities and helping out people with the skills that I've already learned. Those people also who were in different industries also were working with US based clients. And then that way I got referrals here and there of people who wanted to connect with me or someone else in my industry or network, which helped me make some money on there as well because of the transaction, because I was the person who was a mutual contact for both parties. So at the end, like, even if you don't want, things happen for you without you even knowing it. So that was me without strategizing anything, but just recording myself and then being comfortable with consistency and being comfortable with creating videos and uploading it on a regular basis on a single platform. So now you as a mortgage loan officer, you can do the same thing where you are doing, creating content disguised as business generation task. There are simple steps that I would be sharing with you that I have planned, which I will be implementing whenever I sign up someone. And from Monday, I'll start reaching out for this specific service that I'm going to be offering. So there's simple steps. The first step is you have a pipeline of your own. So instead of generating more leads, instead of paying for Google ads or Facebook ads, you can absolutely, those things works as well. Instead of doing that, you can create videos for specific people, like criteria of the people that you have in your pipeline. Let's say someone has submitted an application, they are at 580 credit score, and they now have to improve to 600, 620 and above. That's first criteria about them. They're looking for a house in the next 4 months, but they have some limiting beliefs. You see that as a limiting belief. Now that is a topic for a video for that person or people like that. So you can have a list of people similar to that in your pipeline, maybe like 50, 60 of them. So you can just hit record and then talk to that specific person. Just talk to one person instead of talking to a bunch of audience. Talk to one person in the recording. So here in this case study, that person that we're talking about reached out to you 4 months ago. Now imagine that someone else at that point, 4 months ago, reached out to you, and now you're consulting them on how to, strategize for the next 4 months. So you go into the past. In your mind, it's like, okay, I'm imagining someone in 4 months back. They reached out to me. They have 580 credit score. They don't have this. That's their limiting belief, and that's the concern that they have. Now talk to that person. Just talk to that person. And imagine that they are on the other side and they are lying down in their bed and listening to you and getting value. So the way you would say it is mostly like, hey, So the way you will say it is mostly give a pre-frame that, hey, I have someone similar like you who reached out to me 4 months back. So in your mind, that is the message. So now how you say it is, all right, so, I got this case a few months back. A guy reached out to me, 580, from my mutual contact, yes. But, his credit score was 580. He thought that he would not qualify before a year. He needs to work on this, and this. And his concern was A, B, and C. So there is 3 things that I noticed about that specific case that I feel like if he had that information earlier, it would have saved him a lot of money, time, resources, and the goal of being a homeowner would be even much faster, right? Unfortunately, he did not reach out to me earlier, but if you are watching this and you are in a similar situation, I hope that this video can be of any value to you, that can help you save 2 more months, and you might even qualify for more, right? So here's what you do. So first of all, don't do this because of this. So there might be 2-3 things that that these 2-3 things will help them avoid problems, and then give the reasons for every single thing. And then you can also say, hey, this is one more thing that we can do. Like, this is 1, 2, and 3 that I can do from my side, and then how that will benefit. That itself is like a 4-minute video, right? Now that has given value to one person in your mind, but that can be relatable for a lot of people, at least like 20 to 30 more people in a year time. That video is going to be, valuable for them. So now with this video, we have documented us doing a business activity in our mind, but it in turn became a creative video for YouTube. Now we can split this up for Instagram content, for LinkedIn, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube Shorts, and Twitter, Threads, everywhere, right? But the most important part is that the main core video has to be as authentic as possible. In your mind, you should have the clarity that I'm talking to only one person who is behind the camera watching me. He's relaxed or she's relaxed. That's the ideal criteria, right? Now you have at least 100 to 200 types of avatars in your pipeline already. You have 200 stories that you have worked with. You share those stories. Initially, there is not going to be many people who would like to connect with you. Initially, you are just all by yourself. So you record those stories and then upload that, which will in turn create the distribution and attract more people towards you. That will attract more conversations. Now, someone as a buyer who is reaching out to you, that's a new conversation. When you're having that conversation, they would know that you usually record and upload things, share publicly. It should have a purpose as well. It should not be for own vanity, benefits only. It should be, you have a purpose behind it. So, hey, I want to reach 200 home buyers or 60 home buyers, whatever your goal is. This type of home buyers, this is what I want to reach. And the reason I want to reach is because of these reasons. And this is my personal goal. That's how you should, pre-frame the entire. Like, you should have a really authentic purpose behind it that will help you be consistent, that will help you record more, because you will always have that why. And it will also give you the permission to record other people's conversations with you, and they will also be a part of your purpose. So it will automatically eventually become the momentum that you will need in 6 months' time. So when a buyer reaches out to you, that's a buyer conversation that you can document. When a realtor reaches out to you, you can document that, record that conversation as a realtor conversations targeted towards the buyer. When you go and meet someone in open house, you can just take a tour of that. I'm not sure about the compliance side, but you can, maneuver that accordingly. Have the realtor as a guest in your, random stuff, right? So that you can have that as a content piece being recorded and uploaded. Moving forward, you can talk to your colleagues. You can have like other mortgage brokers, loan officers reaching out to you to have connections, and then you can have a show about that. And slowly, in no time, you don't have to create new content. You can just document warmer and more authentic conversations that's actually happening. But the initial spark has to be ignited by you, and the way you do that is not by creating and scripting and preparing. It's only by documenting. So you just do the business task and record you doing that. In turn, you build that momentum long term for the content, like on the public side, which attracts more opportunities towards you. But in the meantime, you use those videos to nurture your existing pipeline, which gives you more conversion rates. And then in turn, that will also be a very warm source for you to reach out to higher quality realtors and invite them as a guest. So you will have something to attract them, instead of them, asking them, hey, leads, give me leads, give me business, let's do business or come for a coffee. That's very commoditized. So if you have your own brand, then you can just reach out using your own brand as the forefront of it and say that, hey, I'm trying to build this up long term. Would you like to be a guest on my show initial days, so that I can, we can, once we start building this up and it starts going good, you will be a really positive point of my journey in the social platforms. So that's how you can connect with more people. Social media branding, when it's more authentic, it's not scripted videos, it's a very good gateway in business discussions. I have not more than 800 subscribers, and I started to use this as my lever when I had like 600 subscribers and nothing much was happening. Like, it's nothing, right? But when I started to reach out to other people in the industry, like, professors, or other agency owners, or whoever is like way higher than me, I always took a screenshot or just a image of my screen with my channel open and saying that, hey, this is me on YouTube, you can find me, but I would like to do this and this, and then followed by my message. What happened is, like, I saw a huge number of people responding to it warmly because they could see me. I was not a stranger anymore. I'm part of the 1%, or 1 to 5% people in this entire population in the world who creates content rather than just consume it. And on top of it, when you are in a niche focused thing, you are just an MLO doing this for buyers. It's a very small population who is doing it. So you become you come out of the commodity market, you become you have a USP of your own. So that is how you can leverage this, and I hope this video was of any help. This is what my plan is more moving forward, and I will be looking for 5 clients to work with it first, and then I will we can build the foundation for you, and then we can attract opportunities and buyers and realtors instead of chasing them. Chasing. What are we going to talk about? So how to use social media. All right, so in this video I'll be